Hey everybody, we're here with the president. Is that what you are?
I'm actually the CEO, but
The CEO
more or less the same.
of GHAR, Holly Callahan. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, and instead of having a meeting, obviously you guys know that attendance can be difficult. So I wanted to bring this to you so you can just watch this at your leisure, so we can, inform you about GHAR, what their role is. A lot of you are members of GHAR, but you may not utilize them and things like that. So just a candid conversation to discuss that with you. So can you share a little bit about yourself first and who you are, how you became this?
Sure.
That.
Yeah, definitely. Hi, everybody. Thanks for paying attention. My name's Holly Callahan. So I have been here at GHAR for about 8 years. Before I came here, I ran the local Ridgefield board. So it was the Ridgefield Board of Realtors. And I was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they they're still...
They're not. They
they're
merged with the Northern Fairfield County
Gotcha.
board
Okay.
about 4 years ago or so.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I was there for about 5 years, and that was a great place for me to get in this industry. It was completely new to me. I did not know anything about the association at all.
Gotcha. Were you a realtor first?
I was not.
You were not?
No, in fact, except for a year at Talbot's,
Yeah.
So I had kids in high school and stuff, so I kind of dabbled in local stuff.
Yeah.
But I was working in before this job, I was working in a local office supply store called Squash's in Ridgefield.
Oh,
it's not there anymore. But the reason why I got into the industry was because I knew every realtor in town from working at that store. We had a copy print shop in the back. Everyone got their business cards done there. A lot of the companies used them for print stuff. So all the realtors came through. It's a small town, so I was friendly with everybody. So anyway, fast forward, I did start at a college in mortgages, so I always kind of knew I was underwriting mortgages, so I always kind of knew the industry, but I didn't know the association at all. So I got involved, and it was a quick learn about NAR and state association, local associations, all the difference between them and how they work together. Mm-hmm. So it was really great. And then I'm here in Hartford, and we moved up here about 4 years ago. I lived downtown Hartford for about 3 years, sort of in the transition period. I kind of went back and forth. And that was great because it completely immersed me in the Hartford scene, getting to know the city. I mean, people in Fairfield County don't really know where Hartford is.
Right.
So it's interesting. It was like a great, a really nice learning opportunity for me.
And so now, do you still live up in this area now?
Yeah. Yep. So we moved to West Hartford about 4 years ago.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned, learning about NAR and CTR and GHAR. For people who may not understand, can you explain that relationship?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So there is a we call it a three-way agreement. So NAR, National Association of Realtors, and the State Association, CT Realtors, and all the locals in Connecticut, and this is the same way in every state, we're in a three-way agreement where a member joins the association at the local level. We kind of, have that personal touch with the agents. And when they come to join, they pay their bills here, they come through our doors, we give them services, but they also receive services from the state and national association as well, even though you may never go there.
Right. And so by joining GHAR, you're also joining CTR, you're also joining NAR, right? So it's like the local, and there are quite a few local boards, right?
There are.
Do you know how many there are?
In Connecticut, there have been some mergers, so I think we're at 13.
13, gotcha, throughout the state.
Yeah. Sorry, just...
Yeah. Oh,
let's go. Yes, 13. And we've been, 5 years ago, GHAR merged with the Litchfield County Board, which is in the northwest corner. And And that was good for them. They were
Yeah.
a small board and they needed a little bit more support, but we wanted that reach also. We wanted to be able to service members in that area of the state. So our footprint now is really big.
Yeah.
We're sort of, if you look at Connecticut as 4 quarters, we're sort of the top left corner
Gotcha.
of the
Gotcha. Yeah.
quarter of the state. So it's good. Our business, our agents do business very differently. You know, in that area and in the Hartford area, we have rural, we have urban. So it's a nice challenge to have to figure out ways to serve all of our members in their in their capacity.
Yeah. Is it the biggest board? Is GHAR the largest
Yeah.
membership-wise?
Membership-wise, in Connecticut, we are the largest. We're the
Gotcha.
second largest in New England, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, second to Boston.
Boston.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
So we're about 5,000 members.
Gotcha. Okay.
And in Connecticut, I think there are around 19,000 members.
Gotcha. In 19,000 agents.
19,000 realtors.
Realtors. Ooh.
So that's a good topic you just transitioned to.
Yeah.
There can be real estate agents, but they're not necessarily realtors.
Okay. So why don't we since that is a hot topic,
Yeah.
right? With the SmartMLS vote that just happened and all these different things, why don't you explain what that is and all about that?
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get your license and you become a real estate agent, and you can sell real estate. You can transact. You can do everything you can because you've got a license to do it.
Yeah.
You join the association in order to receive services and programs and benefits from the association. So that the realtor term is trademarked. So when you join the association, that's when you become a realtor. And a realtor, the definition of realtor is really a member of the National Association of Realtors.
Right. Right.
So, the public doesn't necessarily know the difference between an agent and a realtor.
Yeah.
I think it's upon us these days now to help the consumers understand the difference.
Yep.
Because you can be working with an agent, but an agent may not have the support system behind them of the National Association of Realtors.
And so if you were an agent and you wanted to explain that, like how would you explain that to somebody? The difference between a real estate agent and a realtor.
I mean, I would just come right out and say, hey, I want you to know that I am a realtor, and what that means, I go above and beyond to join an association that asks me to abide by a code of ethics, which really sets you apart from an agent, and then offers me for my my dues, resources that I can't get anywhere else.
Right. Right.
Just incredible research, education, professional development. All of this is at my fingertips because I'm a member of the association, and I want you to know that because you're in good hands.
Now, on that note, going back to the SmartMLS vote,
Yeah.
that just had, and that passed, correct?
It did. It passed.
Yeah. And who was voting on that? Brokers and boards, right? Class A and class, not to get too into
That's
the
fine.
weeds.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
How did GHAR vote? Is that
Yes, we voted to approve the proposal.
Approve the proposal
Yes.
to decouple so that non-realtor members can join the MLS.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Because before it was that you had to be a realtor,
Yes.
a member of a board.
Yeah.
Yep. Have you since
The participant had to.
the participant?
Right,
Yes,
had to.
correct. Since that has happened,
Mm-hmm.
have you seen any membership changes?
No, and I'll tell you why. I don't. So we're just about to set out and send out new dues billing
Right.
process.
Of course.
Which
that
is
comes
always
out
a
like
fun,
on Christmas Day,
it's
right?
a fun time of year for everybody.
For everybody, yes. Yep.
Our bills will probably go out in the next week or so if they haven't already gone out.
Great.
So we anticipate people might be considering not renewing their bill, not paying their bill to renew.
Right.
But we have learned that where other states have done this, other community, other MLSs have voted to do this, or other boards. There is not a huge drop in membership.
Interesting. Yeah, because a lot of other states have already kind of
They're
done
already
that.
there. Yeah, Massachusetts already has been that way forever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's because ultimately folks realize what they're getting for. It seems like a lot of money when you pay your dues bill, and I get that.
Yeah.
But if you break it down, maybe month by month, how much you pay monthly or even weekly, it's not a whole lot of money for what you're actually receiving.
Right, right.
And I think when someone maybe leaves for a while and doesn't have the resources and the programs that they want, they'll come back.
Yeah.
Particularly the GHAR forms.
Definitely.
If a member leaves
Yeah.
the association, they won't have access to those forms.
Right,
That's a
right.
big deal.
And so speaking about, the value that comes with the membership.
Yeah.
And of course, I'll share the slides with my agents and
Good.
things.
Great.
But when you talk about that member value, from a day-to-day perspective, besides the forms, like what would you say to an agent, that GHAR provides?
Yeah. I think part of it is something that we do a lot. So we do a lot of classes, a lot of professional development.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cliche. And networking is definitely cliche. Like people
Sure.
are like, oh, networking, I don't want to go, have to talk to people.
Right, right.
But ultimately, this is that kind of business.
Yeah.
And whether you like it or not, you need to perfect your skills
Right.
for talking, negotiating, and we offer a lot of opportunity for folks to practice those skills.
Sure.
Not only do we have classes and speakers and experts come in and give you information,
Yeah.
but we offer a lot of opportunity for you to volunteer here and hone your leadership skills, which maybe you don't consider yourself a leader, but I think every realtor in general is somewhat of a leader in that they lead their clients through the transaction process.
Right, right.
So volunteering here is a lot of fun, and it's it's an opportunity to give back to the association if you're feeling philanthropic.
Yep.
Or learn more about the association so that you get into this inner workings and you really understand how decisions are made and how, what the different committees do, and that's how the sausage is made. Is that
Right.
what they say?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not really good
definitely.
with expressions,
Yeah.
but that's,
Right.
a lot of people, it's easy to say, gosh, why are they doing that? Why did they just put a fashion show on?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that got to do with real estate?
Yeah.
And I love it because it was living the realtor life. And
Right,
it was a
right.
really fun way to network, but also learn.
And I think the events, all the different things that you guys do, there are deeper levels to it from
Very.
a social aspect, a leadership aspect, and it is an association, right? Which is, it's a group of people.
Like-minded people.
Yeah, exactly. So when you look at that, it's like, what is the purpose of it? It is to be, collaborative and cooperative and, obviously supply tools and resources, but also have these different things like different events and continuing ed. And I think you have something going on when I walked in.
We have a
this
commercial,
morning.
yeah.
Okay, I was like, oh, there's people in
clients
there
going on
that
in
are
there today.
doing things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. So,
Yeah.
so a lot of educational opportunities. So you have people that come in and speak here, and do you have a goal of how many you try to do a month? Or...
So it depends on, not really a goal, but it depends on the source. So we have a dedicated staff member here doing the continuing ed, most of the stuff.
Gotcha.
So it depends on the time of year because coming up at the end of February is when all the agents need to renew and have their CE done.
Yeah.
Or I guess they renew in June. It's
So
very
you're gonna
confusing now.
you're gonna up.
We're
the
upping,
amount.
this fall.
After the new year, it's like,
oh my gosh. That's the problem with the new timing now is we only have really January and February to get all these CE classes in because I don't think anyone's really thinking about it
Right.
until the
nobody
turn
does.
of the year.
Yep. Yep.
So that's one thing. But
Yeah.
then the committees all are made up of realtors who have their own the committees have their own personalities, right? So we have the broker services committee.
Yep.
They work to bring resources and experts in or, information in for brokers.
Okay. Yep.
Member services is a little more general and will bring lots of different, topics in. We have safety, and we have an event coming up. I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure it's right. The speaker's name is Steve Black. He's an AI expert.
Yeah. He's cool.
He's cool.
Yeah.
And that's free to our members. That's another
awesome.
benefit. A lot of times we'll do things that are no extra charge.
Right.
Included in your dues, as I like to say.
Yeah.
Because I want to remind people that, you're kind of paying for it.
Right. That's what you're getting.
You are.
When you pay.
It's a great dues benefit. So November 7th, that's here
that's great.
at GHAR.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
In the
Conference room.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to put that out to my agents.
Yes.
I try to share as much as possible
Good.
with them for so they can take the opportunities that are available to them.
That's great.
Because GHAR is our main board.
Yeah.
Within our brokerage. I'm a member of the Eastern Board and New Haven Middlesex and everywhere else because I don't make my agents
I appreciate that.
be a member.
Board of choice.
But they can choose whoever they
That's
wish.
great.
So if they want to move around or anything like that. And we've seen a lot who want to join GHAR because of what you guys provide in terms of that additional education or CE or volunteering opportunities, all these different things.
The fun networking things.
You mentioned a couple of the committees. Do you want to mention a few more
Sure.
that if any of my agents want to get involved in any of them?
Definitely. So I mentioned the fashion show. Our bridge committee is our committee that was set up about 12 or 13 years ago to kind of pull in the members of our board who are a little bit on the outskirts.
Gotcha.
Maybe some underrepresented folks who feel a little bit on the outside, bring them in, make them feel welcome.
Increase involvement.
Increase participation, involvement, engagement, that sort of thing. We have the equity committee, who's tasked with sort of making sure that everything we do at the association is with through the lens of equity, making sure our events, can serve anybody that wants to go. Our policies and procedures are equal across the board. So that we also have YPN. YPN is Young Professional Network Committee, but I like to say it's definitely not young in age necessarily. It's young at heart, young in mind.
Yeah. You started that a while ago. Now they're aging.
I know we can't.
Yeah.
We have a wide variety of ages on that committee.
And that's a popular committee. It's
popular because they bring in these sort of unique things, different topics, apps. Apps and apps is one of the fun events that we have, appetizers and apps. And so let's see, we have consumer community involvement, which, true to its name, goes out there and gets involved in the community. We get grants from NAR to do projects in communities where things might be lacking. We did a trailhead in Rocky Hill, and just nice ways to get out into the public.
Gotcha.
Get our name out there a little bit.
Are there any committees that are currently, or I should say this, any besides committees, any groups or anything like that you're currently looking for more people, or you're always looking for more people?
So we are we're right now in the process. Friday was actually the deadline, but it might be extended today to getting folks in for committees for next year.
Gotcha.
So, you can join the committee throughout the year if there's room on the committee. We sort of max them at 15.
I gotcha.
But stuff happens throughout the year, so people fall off, and then we get new members who immediately want to get on a committee. They usually can because there's usually space.
There's an opening.
Yeah.
There's somebody overcommitted, and they're like, I can't.
Exactly.
I
They
can't
picked
participate.
4 committees, and they're like, oh my God, I really wanted to get involved, but I can really only do 2.
Yeah.
They meet monthly, but also sort of as needed. So it's not a big draw on your time unless there's an event and we want you to help plan that if you're in the committee.
Yeah, if there's specific times, like I'm sure the fashion show required.
That was big.
Yeah.
That was big. Everyone's still coming down from
What are the biggest events that you guys do during the year? Like, what are the big ones?
We have Realtor Education Day. That's a big one. We have 2 CE classes. We've got lunch. We've got a speaker. That's a big one. And
Does that typically happen in like January? Is that?
I think we're trying to plan it for January, February in order to be in line. Yeah. So I stay tuned on that one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Every year in June, we do a commercial conference. So commercial is not a huge part of the association, but we definitely have commercial members. And commercial real estate is big around here. So we bring in a bunch of speakers on that. We usually have a panel of mayors, local towns that when their mayors talking about economic development.
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
Yeah, and I have agents who are interested in commercial, and I always, when I see those, I'm always like, guys, if you want to learn more,
that's
those are
a
the
great
spots.
opportunity for somebody who's just trying to get into commercial, just to get, just to listen
Get a
little
sense
bit.
of it, right, and figure it out.
Yep. I'm just going to speak to one more fundraiser, because now we're sort of going around in the different types of events that we have. Every year we do a stroll, and that's also a fundraiser for a local community or our foundation. We have a foundation, so occasionally we'll do events to raise money for the foundation through which we support local events,
Gotcha.
like charities.
So yeah, the foundation supports local charities.
Yeah.
Has a scholarship. There's a bunch of different things.
We do, and we are hopefully increasing our activity with our foundation coming up in the next year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's great.
And do a little bit more.
It's a good, you've got the vehicle.
It's a great tool, right? Right.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Use it.
Excellent. Yeah. Now I noticed in your slides there were some resources, and one of them. Obviously, because when you join, because of that cooperative membership, right? CTR, which has forewarn, which is a great thing.
Which is great.
But I also noticed one that I was unaware of, and that's this Tech Helpline.
Oh my gosh, I was just learning more about that too. Yeah.
So
isn't that great?
that's amazing, and I think for a smaller we're a decent size, but like we don't have in-house IT.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. So do
big.
you have any input, like how does your relationship with CTR work? Do you have input with them? Do they reach out to you for thoughts? I'm curious how.
Well, they have committees. So our members.
They run very similar to like how you guys run?
They just, yes, in structure, but they don't have as many committees as we have.
Gotcha.
And then they have a bigger board of directors, and fewer meetings. So the structure is the same, but the actual practice is a little bit different.
Okay.
But this Tech Helpline thing you're talking about is great. Anybody can use it. Your family members can use it.
Right, right. For personal computers.
Setting up a new computer at home.
Right.
If you can't get an app to work, because you logged out too many times, or I don't know, whatever it is, you can use that helpline for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I went in there and then I clicked on the link, and you guys will have the slides, so you can click on the link and see. I was like, for professional or personal use, and I was like, whoa, wait a second, I'm just thinking about everybody who's like, my email doesn't work or this, and I do some troubleshooting and things, but I am by no means like a tech genius. To have somebody who could call and it's 24 hours a day.
It is.
Like, that's just crazy to
and
me,
I learned the other day that, so it's a member benefit, so they're going to want to make sure you're a member
Yeah,
first.
of course. Yeah.
However, if you have somebody that's helping you, a
third
third party who's not a member, not even related to you, but they're your neighbor and they're coming in because or a relative needs a little bit more help. This person can get on the phone with the Tech Helpline. Doesn't have to be the member, helping the member.
Yeah. And I like to point out the value, because as a broker, so a lot of brokers, again, going back to this member, non-member, as a broker, I've decided, to stay within, which requires all of my agents to be a member of a board. Right. Because I see the value in, in what you guys provide and the opportunities in the education and the tools and all of those things, which help brokerages. And that's why you're here, is to help your members. And me being a member, obviously the forums and all that different stuff. So as we move into 2026, like, what do you see as the kind of the future for GHAR, and is new initiatives or anything that, where do you see things going?
I heard a statistic at the last conference that I went to, NAR's conference, that something like over 2/3 of the members come from small or medium brokerages. And I think, and NAR is doing a great job restructuring themselves.
Yeah, which they need to do.
They definitely needed to do.
They're a mess, and they've been a mess for a while.
They're just so big.
Like,
I can't even imagine how it would be. Their CEO is incredible. She's come in and really turned it upside down.
I forget her name.
Her name is Nakia Wright.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yep.
and she's and then the current president, Kevin Sears, who's a GHAR member, I might add,
Okay.
has been great. He's been in there for 2 years, and he deserves to take a break.
Yeah, he has. He's
done a great job. Incoming president next year is great, Kevin Brown, and so. Anyway, my point of that is that we are realizing that the brokers need more from us.
Yep.
Brokers need to understand what they can have from us, what's available, how we can help them help their agents.
Right.
I'd see a much greater emphasis on small and medium offices and
That's great.
hearing what you need and providing those kinds of tools and resources.
Yeah. Do you think do you think the SmartMLS vote and stuff has upped boards and NAR and like everybody that decoupling has said like, oh, we need to like, if they're not forced to be a member, a participant, or a member, those are participants, then we need to ensure that we show value and continually and continually show value, right? We can't just rest on our laurels.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the problem is the message. We have value.
You're right, absolutely.
There's no question. We have, like yourself, so many members who realize it and take advantage of it. It is the messaging and helping the average member understand what they get for their money.
Right.
What they get. And so, everybody receives information differently. And our goal, and it's always been, but we try to deliver this information through every single channel we can get it.
But who's listening, right?
Listening? I know.
I put all this stuff out, and I'm like, is anybody, taking me up on
anybody? I mean, I'm using via Insights to see if anyone even opened my email, like
course.
that sort of thing. So, but I on the flip side.
Yep.
Because we do all of this and we are here, and we're not here for anybody else but our members. Like, we wouldn't even exist if it weren't for the members.
Of course.
I like to try to emphasize the need for our members to receive that information. To open their mind a little bit and take 5 minutes to read the newsletter and click a link or two and understand what they're getting. Because there's nothing worse than somebody saying, I don't get anything for my dues, when I happen to know who they are, and I've never seen them in the office, and I've never seen them engage with us, right?
100%. And I think when you think about, involvement and engagement, a lot of times it doesn't take much. It's just read an email. Right? That's where it starts.
Right.
And honestly, I was always the same because I'm so busy and everything, and it's just like, I have to be a member, and but in my day-to-day whirlwind of being an agent, like nobody has time for that. But then I started to, just read a little bit more, and that's where you learn about these things, the Tech Helpline, the forward, and all and educational opportunities and different things that you can get involved with. And I think it starts like literally with that. And you guys, and I think you guys do a very good job at, in terms of pacing of emails and messaging
that's
and
so
stuff
key.
like that. And messaging plays a really big role because you're right, you can put it all out there, but you can't make them read it. So, I think continually getting that messaging out is the start. And then I think if more people just kind of got involved and with simply just reading that, and you're right, opening their mind up to like, oh, there's an opportunity, there's a free class.
This AI thing is a perfect example.
It's a perfect example, right? Like, let's go and check that out. And you guys have a very nice office here, and to have that type of thing where it's free or even low cost. Where else can you get those opportunities locally?
Exactly.
That's what you guys provide. You can watch YouTube. You can watch YouTube stuff and things like that. But I think the thing that you miss with that is that, you know, the in-person, the, you know, camaraderie, meeting new people, the networking, you know, the socialization, which we're losing
totally
at a
losing
rapid rate.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
I do new member orientation once a month. Usually have about 25 to 30 new members each month. We just finished one. We did it in person here at GHAR, and then the YPN committee came in to chat with those folks.
That's awesome.
And all of that was great.
Yeah.
I wish we could do that way every single time.
Yeah.
But with the, you know, advent of remote delivery of information and Zoom,
it's COVID. You know,
blame everything on
blame
COVID.
everything on COVID. That's right.
But it's true.
It's so easy, right? But easy isn't always the best when it comes to
it's not the most meaningful.
You know, getting yourself ready in the morning and going and doing something is a lot different.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah, and more fulfilled and better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any last messages you'd like to leave with realtors or?
I mean, the message is that truly we do want to hear from our members. You know, we do surveys, and surveys are kind of overdone too. Like everybody gets a survey every time they do something.
Yeah.
But it is a tool. So if you ever get a survey, please complete the survey. You know, we're here. All of the staff wants to know how you guys all feel.
Yeah. You guys, you are soliciting feedback. You want to know from the members what we want.
Yeah.
And so you can better provide for the members.
Yeah. I mean, the committees do a great job with bringing stuff because they're made up of realtors, so they bring information in. And then the staff, we want to know how you want your information, how often. We love to know, you know, just give us some feedback. Love it. There's a feedback link on our website that's anonymous. So if you have positive or negative, we're fine with both. But just let us know so that we can give you what you need.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thanks for taking the time. Thank you guys for joining us. And if you have questions or anything, you can anonymously put that, or you can contact GHAR. So thanks, everybody.